Hello everyone. In continuation with the inverse Laplace transform, we'll be dealing with the part third, which is the last part of ILT using the convolution theorem. So by the end of the session, you'll be able to evaluate the ILT using the convolution theorem. Okay, so now this is what we'll be using this formula in between. So it's s plus 2 upon s square plus 4s plus 13 the whole square. So f1 as s plus 2 upon s square plus 4s plus 13. So this is, we have seen something like this in the inverse Laplace transform, the first shifting theorem, right? So it's what we have done, we have just completed the plus 4 here and a minus 4. We have completed this square in the denominator, and f1 will give us e to the power minus 2t cos of 3t. Similarly, f2 is, now we have got a square here in the denominator, and this numerator is only power 1. So we have taken already into f1 this s plus 2. So the next is, so it is 1 upon s square plus 4s plus 13, because it's f1 dot f2 should give us this given capital F of s. So this is given capital F of s, and therefore again completing the square, we will get it f2 of t as 1 by t times 1 by 3 times e to the power minus 2t sine of 3t. This is the formula for the convolution theorem. And in this formula, this convolution theorem, this f1, every t would be replaced as u, and here every t would be replaced as t minus u in the second formula. So if you observe this e to the power minus 2u here, and from here we will be getting e to the power plus 2u. So that would get cancelled and will remain here with e to the power minus 2t and this 1 by 3. So that is a constant that will come out of the bracket. 0 to t cos of 3u into sine of 3 times t minus u du, and that is why I've written this formula here for a while. So capital A, in the current case we have got 3u, and capital B is 3t minus 3u, and therefore we'll just and this 2a will come in the denominator with this RHS side. So it's 1 by 2 sine of 3t, because it's 3u plus 3t minus 3u plus 3u minus 3u. So we'll remain here with 3t minus sine times a minus b. A minus 3t plus 3u will give us minus 3t plus 6u du, which is again a sine here. And therefore it is e to the power minus 2t by 6, 0 to t, sine of 3t minus sine of 6u minus 3t du, taking the integration. So it's e to the power minus 2t by 6 sine of 3t. Now if you observe this, the variable is u, whereas the sine of 3t is a constant, and therefore the integration is sine of 3t into this u, minus integration of this sine is minus cos. So minus cos 6u minus 3t upon the coefficient of 6, sorry coefficient of u, because u is the variable. Integration is from 0 to t, and therefore the upper limit is t, lower limit is 0. So replacing every u by t. So it's here it's t times sine of 3t minus becomes plus here 1 by 6 times. Now this u has been replaced as t, so cos of 6t minus 3t would give me cos of 3t, and by 6 minus the 0. Now because of the presence of u here, the next term, this the first term of the denominator, this lower limit would give us 0 minus, so minus here would give us this cos of 0 minus 3t, which is cos of minus 3t. But we know that cos of minus theta is same as cos of theta, and therefore we will get it as cos of 3t. But because of this is a lower limit, it would give us as cos of 3t, and therefore it is e to the power minus 2t by 6 t sine of 3t, because we have got this term got cancelled because of this cos 3t minus cos of 3t, and therefore this is the answer for this question. Similarly, again this is s plus 2 the whole square. Again the similar kind of work we have to do it here, but here we have got the numerator also 2, that is a square, denominator also got a square, and therefore f1 is s plus 2 upon s square plus 4s plus 8. f2 will also remain the same because we have got a square in the numerator as well as the denominator. Therefore, again completing the square, so we will get f1 and f2 same as the inverses would also come as same, that is e to the power minus 2t cos of 2t. Again, this is the formula for convolution theorem. So every t in the first case, every t would be replaced as u, so e to the power minus 2u cos of 2u into here e to the power, so every t would be replaced as t minus u, so e to the power minus 2t minus u cos of 2 times t minus u du. Now again, this is e to the power minus 2t, minus 2t would be constant, e to the power minus 2t is a constant with respect to this u variable. This is e to the power minus 2u, e to the power plus 2u will go off from here and will remain here with cos of 2u into cos of 2 times t minus u du. Again, the formula will come into the existence here, that is 2 times cos of a into cos of b, which is equals to cos of a plus b plus cos of a minus b, where in the present case now a is 2u and b is 2t minus 2u, and therefore this 2 will come to the denominator, so 1 by 2 e to the power minus 2t by 2, 0 to t, this would give us cos of 2u plus 2t minus 2u plus 2u minus 2u will go off, cos of 2t will remain here, plus cos of a minus b, that is 2u minus 2t plus 2u would give us 4u minus 2t du. And similarly, what we have done in the last step, the same thing, it's a u because cos of 2t is a constant with respect to u. Therefore, u will come into the multiplication as the integration factor, and u into cos of 2t plus integration of cos is sine plus sine, so sine of 4u minus 2t divided by the coefficient of u, that is 4, 0 to t, and therefore it is e to the power minus 2t by 2. This is upper limit has been replaced by t, lower limit has been 0. Just you see this step here, understand this, whether you are getting the same step. If at all you are not getting, please do write for me as a query, okay, in the comment section. And this is the answer for this particular question. Yes, this is a self-observation slide. 3 questions along with the 3 answers. If at all any query, please write me in the comment section so that I could address. Thank you. Happy learning.